What is up, guys? It's Bo and I'm back with another video on Swappin LLC. If you haven't already, go hit that subscribe button. Also, if you'd like to comment down below throughout the video what you think the best parts of the video is, please let us know what you like and what you'd like to see more of in the channel. This is only, what, our 6th video, Raul? So only 6 videos in. We've already hit 5,000 subscribers. So huge shout out to everybody that's already hit that subscribe button. But we'll throw up a little stat here about how many of you that are watching are not subscribed. So hopefully we can get that ratio up where you guys are all subscribed to the channel. Road to 10K, we're on it. Huge giveaway coming soon when we hit 10,000 subs. We will announce that in the next video. But I just did a huge buyout, well, moderately big, of all Yeezy slides. The Pure slide. So the Pure restock slide, this is the 3rd or 4th time these have restocked. We got about half of these are this Pure restock pair in all different sizes. And the Onyx slide. The Onyx is restocked only 1 time, so we're super excited to get more of these in because the price went crazy on these, but we're gonna get into why we did an extra 40 piece of these 2 slides right here when we already have 80 plus pairs already. So we're gonna get into why I went into these 2 shoes, but stay tuned for the rest of the video for that. This time we are in the studio. We are not at an event. This is our first non-event video, but I just wanted to take a moment and just shout out everybody who's subscribed so far, liked our videos, watched our videos. It has been going insane so far. So now that we're back from LA, SneakerCon, huge shout out to SneakerCon and everybody that we met, came up to us, took pictures, sold us some pairs. Really appreciate you guys for taking the time. Hopefully those people subscribe to the channel. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, subscribe down below and like the video, tell us what we can do better. We're always looking for suggestions, but huge shout out to everybody in California, everybody who came in from wherever they came in from for SneakerCon. Huge shout out to everybody, had an amazing time. But because it was such an exhausting weekend, we're kind of taking a little break on events, but it's a great segue into our next event. God's Soul Miami is coming up June 26th, it's a Sunday, and we will be there cashing out. We're gonna have our own booth. Raul and I are going crazy on the video content for you guys. Hopefully get you a nice cash out video. I know you guys love the cash out videos, but huge shout out to everybody who came in LA, but let's see if you guys can do a little better in Miami. I think there would even be more love in Miami, maybe a little giveaway, something that we can maybe give the people that are viewing, subscribing, selling us some shoes, who knows. But we have some ideas in the works, but we'll have our own booth. And if you want to go check out Got Soul, you want to go check them out on their Instagram right here, Got Soul on IG. You want to tap that link in the bio and go buy some tickets. They're pretty cheap right now, and at the door they're gonna be more expensive. They have a VIP ticket that you can buy that gets you in early access, which I highly recommend. But huge shout out to Got Soul for having us. We will be out there cashing out, as I said, and making a video, and stay tuned for that to come around at the end of June. Speaking of the end of June though, we at the time of this video are about 5,000 subscribers-ish. Huge shout out to everybody, but we have a very aggressive goal. We want to get to 10,000 subscribers by the end of the month. If we can do that, again, I want to do a monster giveaway for you guys. All right, so now we're going to get into why I hope you tapped into this video for some free advice on an investment. And I have them in the Yeezy slides, in the Pure colorway, and the Onyx colorway. I think these are really clean, really good summer shoes. I guess they're like shoes. Do we call slides shoes? I don't really, I call them shoes, but I guess it's because it's a Yeezy, I don't know. But all I know is that these are really, really hot right now, but they're also super cheap. So that's what I wanted to get into first. The reason why Yeezy slides I think are a really good call is that they're cheap right now. If you go on your favorite app, StockX, I'd probably say everybody uses it just to at least as a marker for what the market is right now. I think Pure's, can we pop up a picture of the market right now? So at the time of the video, this is where the market is right now on the Pure slide. So I'll get into this one first. This one has restocked, I think, 4 times so far. If you look at the trends, it's been very restocked down and then back up slowly and steadily. But honestly, slowly and steadily is like a month, 2 months. So right now, I think size 9, if I'm wrong, size 5 or 9 and 4 obviously, but I'd say in a men's size 9 is probably the cheapest right now. I think it's sitting around 135, 140. And after taxes and fees and everything, you're paying around 160, I'd probably say, 155, 160. And I think size 13 and 14 go for around 200, 190 to 200. So if you can buy in right now at around what they're going for, like let's say you buy a size 9 for 140 right now, I think that's a great investment. The reason why is because the trajectory of this shoe is up. It's not down, and it's really not even staying at 140. And to be honest with you, give you a little insider info, a lot of people that really want these don't really mind paying a little bit more than what it goes for on the app. The reason why is because they're hard to come by in person. They want to put it on their foot. They want to really see how they fit, because Yeezy Supply did something really weird. Is the first slide with the first pair is that smooth color over, and like this is like that gradient material. Every size was like a size down. So if I was a 13, I had to get a size 14, for instance, maybe even a 15 in some cases, depending on how wide your foot is. So this is a shoe that people really need to try on to able to really know if they can wear it, which is something that I want to kind of get into. I know I'm kind of all over the place, but you want to kind of look for shoes that people really need to try on. Example, foam runners. Example, Yeezy slides. The reasoning why is because people are less likely to order something online that they can't return. So with the Yeezy slide, what that tells me is people are willing to pay a little higher, also because it's a Yeezy and because it's an easy slide. And generally, I think people are more willing to pay for a shoe that's under $250. That is over market, technically over market. So to me, this is a great buy-in at 120 to 180, depending on size. So let's just say that 120 to 180. And the cash out price, I'd probably say per size, if you're buying at 120, you probably want to sell for around 170, 180, and then, which I think they're definitely going to hit within the next month or two, especially with it being summertime. And then the higher sizes probably sell for around 230 to 240. I think bigger feet people like myself, I'm not saying I would pay that on a slide, but I have seen people pay higher on these slides for bigger sizes, also because they go for more, but because you can't really find them in person very often, at least in the Dallas market. So let's move on to the Onyx slide real quick. So the Onyx slide has restocked once. So this is the first restock they've done on the Onyx slide. This one went for more immediately, and I don't think there's a question why. I think that this one restocked too many times. This one's only restocked once. I don't think people thought they were gonna restock these, but then they did, or maybe they did. But these used to go for a lot. And now you look at market, and I'm gonna pop it up right here, it's really low. Like shoes that were, the sizes that were going for around 220 to 250 are now going for around 160. So size 11 Onyx, I know for a fact in my head, I used to buy those for around 220 because I could sell them for probably around 280 easily at events. And now, my buying price is a lot lower. So I reinvested back into these slides for around 140 to 200 per size, depending on which one it is. For me personally, I bought, I want to say around 80 pairs of these, and I want to say I bought around 60 of these. The reason why I didn't buy more of Pures is because honestly, access. I got more access to Onyxes than I did Pures. I don't really know the reasoning why. I actually feel like I got better prices on the Onyxes than I did on the Pures. But that's just, how it happens between person to person. And just a disclaimer, I am personally invested in these. I'm invested in almost 150 pairs of Yeezy slides right now. And I've probably bought and sold about 200 of these Yeezy slides this year alone. So anybody that tells me that this doesn't work for you, I would try to see what you did wrong, because I feel like this is a very, very safe investment as well. From my past success in this shoe, I've bought 80 to 100 pairs, probably over 100 pairs of these on the last restock. So not this most recent one, but the one before that. And I bought in for about the same price that I did this time. If you pop up market right here, Raul, we're looking at around a market of about 120 to 190, 200 bucks, just depending on the size. So I try to buy the Yeezy slides at the dip about a week, 2 weeks after they release. And I bought each pair for around $130 to $200 a piece. I think the max I paid was $192 a pair. And the reason why I paid that, and it sounds kind of high, but the reason why I paid that is because the market trends have shown that this shoe is going to go right back up. They do this all the time with these slides. First time they restocked, they went down, they went right back up, and I had people paying $250, $260, sometimes even $280 on these slides. And I know that may sound ridiculous, but people were really paying it, and I was obviously happy to sell it for that. But I think a great buy-in price is right now, $130 to $200 a slide, depending on size. And your sell price is gonna wanna be around where you make $40 to $60 a slide. I think that that's a fair margin, because let's say your buy-in's $130. and you make $40 on the slide, you're a little bit under 33%. So you're probably around 28 to 30%. I don't know if my math's right on that, but a 28 to 30% yield on something that is a short-term investment that I think will sell pretty easily. I think these are easy to sell, at least for me. And if they're not easy for you, comment down below. Maybe get a different opinion on this. But just for Dallas specifically, I think that they are a great investment. And that leads me to my second point. It all kind of depends on what city you live in. I live in Dallas, where slides are really hard to come by. Raul, you find a lot of stores that have full-size runs of slides in Dallas?
Full-size runs, no, but I mean,
no. There's a lot of one-offs. There's a lot of stores that have some here, some there, and they sell pretty quickly. And a lot of people are looking for them. They're in very high demand, but they're very hard to find in hand and authentic. And I think that that's something that I like to bring to Dallas. So that's another advantage that I have, is that I'm in a city where a lot of people are looking for it, but there's not really a supply. There's a supply problem right now in Dallas of slides, especially when it comes to certain sizes. What I like to bring to Dallas is a full-size run at all times of each slide colorway, because then I never not have it, and if somebody needs it and they want it bad enough, they'll buy it from me for not to whatever I want, but essentially to enough where I'm making money. I try to fairly price my slides. I think fairly priced on slides is StockX after fees, to be honest with you, or maybe even more. I think that's fair personally, because it's in hand, you're willing to grab it right now. And Dallas specifically, people don't care as much about the price as much as they care about just getting the slide and getting out to wear it, because right now it's hot out. There's a bunch of pool parties. There's a bunch of people wanting to wear slides out and not shoes because it's so hot out. Like really, it's 100 degrees today. And I'm kind of taking advantage of the fact that we are where we are, the weather is the way it is, and the market is the way it is in Dallas. Which also leads me to my third point. On the slides, I have really good access to bulk buying. Bulk selling sometimes, but mostly bulk buying on certain SKU numbers. So the SKU, for some of y'all that don't know that I just mentioned, it's SKU. We'll break it down. It is the little number right here. It's usually numbers and letters, but this one is numbers and letters, so it's GW1934 for a pure slide. So when you type that into like your app, or if you type it in anywhere else, it should come up as that shoe. That's how they know, what shoe it is or whatever, if they don't know the colorway essentially. So anyway, I have access to these bulk, or I used to, because once they go, they go. The reason why I really highly suggest bulk buying is because first, you can get full size runs. You can get every size you need. You can get a lot of quantity at one time. And sometimes you can really get a better price. But my most important factor, as I said, is to have a full size run at all times. And what bulk buying for me does is it helps me get the inventory I need faster. I would much rather pay ask, or maybe even higher than ask, on 100 pairs of slides, and it covers me size 5 through 14, than have to go to a sneaker show and go to every table and buy every little size that I need. Because to be honest with you, most vendors at events that have full size runs are gonna tax even more than my bulk sellers are. So essentially, I'm more than willing to pay a little bit more just to get all the sizes I need, because I know I'm gonna move it for more anyway. So why am I wasting my time essentially? I'm missing out on money, because by the time I get to the event, what if market went up $20 a slide, and that price I could have paid that got me every single size is now under market? But now I get to an event and I have to pay over. So I don't really wanna waste time. Right when that market dip happens and it hits that rock bottom, which it did about 2-3 weeks ago, I think that was the best buy-in price, but it is not too late. I think market is still too low. I think this shoe will definitely go back up to almost where it was before, and I wouldn't be surprised if they stock them again. But guys, a restock just means another opportunity for us to buy back in, reduce our average cost, and then either wait or sell for the same price you were before. People are still more than willing to pay for slides, at least in my city. Comment down below if you guys have seen that too, if you guys disagree. And let's have a little debate in the comments. I'll be in there, a little active. Now the Onyx slide's a little different, but kind of the same. The Onyx slide came out one time and then just restocked for the first time. So this is just an all black, easy to wear Onyx colorway. I like this slide better than the pure slide personally. I just think that black is just an easy color to rock. This beige, for me, I feel like I could wear better shoes. This one though, super comfortable, and just a black slide, you can't go wrong. Okay, so the difference between the two is just how many times they've restocked and the price difference, obviously. I think that the Onyx slide, it used to go for more than the Pure slide, but I think there's a reasoning behind that. I think that this one is a little bit more limited. I think they weighed way more Pures than they already have of this, and it would make sense because they restocked 3 times on the Pure and only once on the Onyx. So that would make sense just supply-wise that they've made. But I will say that it is a perfect time to really get into this one specifically. The Pures are great, but I really think this is the one you want to go in on. And let me get into why. Because this Onyx slide used to go for a lot. And I know because I'm a big size. So I paid for size 13, my personal pair, cat's out of the bag. I paid $250 for my personal, which at the time was such a great price because these were at $300 in a size 13. Size 14 was even at $330 at one point. And I was buying size 11. I know specifically I have a vivid memory of buying size 11 Onyx slides because I had sold all of them. I was buying them at $240. Like that was really high. They jumped to $280 and I was selling them at $280 to $300 sometimes. And people were paying it. I mean, that's where market was. Market's not there anymore, but I do highly encourage you guys to get into Onyxes because the market is so low. Pop it up right here, Raul. Market is barely, I think, higher than the Pures, maybe about the same on some sizes. But I'm telling you, these have more trajectory, I think, to go up more than these Pure slides just because of where they were at before. If people were willing to pay that price before, I think people are gonna be willing to pay it again. That's just my opinion on it. I think there's a lot of people in the market for these slides right now, and they, again, don't necessarily care as much about the price, and they care more about just getting it so they can wear it for the summertime. It is imperative to some people that they look dripped out at the pool, like I said, and look like they have a good sense of style when they're wearing slides, like normal Jordan slides, or you go to Dick's Sporting Goods or Academy and you just get some Jordan slides. That's not in anymore. Like people really don't do it anymore. They want to look really cool with their slides, and this is a really good go-to. I think that these are really good shoes to get into, especially if you can get a lot of pairs. And I know that everybody doesn't have the capital to be able to put toward these. I get that. But if you're looking to start investing, if you're looking to start reselling, I think that these are great buys. But it also ties into all of our points in our previous videos. If you want to go watch those, please go watch them. There's a lot of good tips and tricks about events specifically. These move so good at events. They move locally well for me too, but when I'm at events like Got Soul Miami that we'll be going to at the end of June, these are so good. They move so well, and if you have every size like I do when I go to an event and you put them all out, it looks great. And when someone comes up to your table, your answer should always be yes, I have your size, because they need these. People want these really bad, in my opinion, and I think that it's only a matter of time before these go up even more than they already have. I'm pretty sure that at the tank of the market, at the lowest point, a size 9 Pure, which is usually my barometer size just because it's usually the cheapest men's size, was at 120. This was how low they were on stock. This was 120. The other day, I saw that they jumped up to about 135 to 140. They're already going up. And if it's only 10, 20 bucks here, guys, that's 10, 20 bucks you can charge even more over market. So if you have the money and you're really thinking about getting an investment and into reselling, I would really implore you to look into getting into these Yeezy slides if you have access to authentic pairs. As I said, I am personally invested in these over 150 pairs each. So again, don't tank the market for me. I'd really appreciate if you guys didn't tank the market. Or if I ask you for a size in Onyx or a Pure slide, sell it to me for a reasonable price, okay? Don't be watching the video and being like, oh, now I'm gonna sell it to you for more. No. Don't do that. So that's gonna wrap up this video. If you guys liked the video, please go like that video. If you haven't already subscribed, go hit that subscribe button, and you need to go follow us if you wanna purchase slides like these and everything else available on Swappin on Instagram. You wanna follow me at bo.williams.33 to know where we're gonna be. Next event's coming up, like Got Soul in Miami, coming up June 26th. And we also got Kobe Swap Meet July 2nd and 3rd. Super excited. Hopefully you guys can make it out there and sell me more slides. Thanks guys. Stay tuned for the next video.